So here I am. Got the fumes going. Got the window open. Probably could use a fan. Need some cross breeze. Because these fumes are kind of strong. And I ain't trying to pass out. But if I do pass out, send help. Let me open this a little bit wider. Yeah. All the way. So, backstory. Backstory to this bathroom is, um, hello. um, hey Cora, how you doing? So the backstory to this is, oh, both of y'all up in here at the same time. Looky, looky, surprise, surprise. That's awesome. Um, so this is like an exposed wire right there. It has some caps on it. Um, and everything. But the background to this was there used to be this big giant heavy mirror that covered the entire wall. And what's up now? I I used to have all of that stuff in here, and this towel, you can't really see the towel, but like the dude that we bought this place from, he put like this towel, it's like over everything, right? So the floor tile is that, and like, see, this is floor tile, but it also is wall tile. And so for me, that was ugly. Um, I thought I was supposed to be in here for a little bit longer than what we are going to end up being in here, and so um, I'm ending up moving like this year. And a part of me is like, well, just sell it because it's an older home. You don't want to just keep pouring money into it. But the other part says, hey, bro, you could have three properties at the same time. I'm pretty sure that's like a net worth of 1 million, close to it. Because this house is like estimated at like 300K. The last house we got is worth like 300K, and probably the next house we get in is probably, I typically buy them at like 230, 250, and then just let them appreciate. So um, maybe my math is a little bit off. That's probably like 750 instead of one milli. But um, there's that part of me that's like, I sold the home before, and I bought the home when I bought the home in California. It was worth like 240, and when we sold it for 300K, and we had only lived in there for like 3 years or so. Um, and so I look at that house every so often, and I see that home, that property value is close to like 500K. And so I bought it back in 2014 for 240, 250, but now it's almost double that, worth double that. And so I think about that, and it bothers me. I'm not gonna lie. And so this house is a little bit older. This is the oldest house we've ever owned. It was built in '67. My mom was a little girl then, and so stupid fly got here. And so um, I need to replace the roof. We replaced the HVAC, just replaced it. So I'm like, all right, we done dumped a little bit of money in here. We got the countertops replaced in the kitchen. I need to reface or resurface the cabinets. But then I got, a military. So the military was like, oh, hey, guess what? We're going to actually send you to a new assignment. We know that we told you was going to be here until 2027, but scratch that. Go ahead and move this winter. And so then my assignment dropped last week, and just kidding, moved this fall. And so for me, I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna move at the beginning of fall. You said I have to be gone by October, Halloween, but I could move as early as the 1st of September. So that's what we're gonna do. So it's June. June. I gotta do this bathroom. I gotta finish it. What I discovered while I was in here taking off the mirror, I forgot how I discovered there. Oh, this power cord, because there was a light like right here. You can see that. Well, actually, it was like right here. This one light over there. You see that light fixture, and then there was one about equidistance, about like right over here. And so I forgot what happened, but I started like cutting around there, and I was like, wait a minute. I went outside. I said, there's a window. Do I have a bathroom window? Because before this window was here, there was no sunlight that could get in here. And it was just like these two lights and one shower light. And so I was like, I feel like sunlight in your shower is going to be better than artificial light. So I was like, well, let me just dig this window out. So we dug the window out. And now, I don't know how to frame a window. And if you can look in there, you can see that like when they were doing whatever they were doing, they broke this. And they just put a wall up in front of it. They broke this. And so basically I need to almost just cut out a bigger patch, see what I'm working with, and then reframe the window. But the stupid thing is, like, how do I design this bathroom? Because look at this. So, all right, he also had some tile. So this right here. So look, floor tile, countertop tile, and then shower tile. So went overboard. Like the tile, maybe bought a lot of it. Was like, man, I just need to use some more of it. But he had tile with adhesive on the wall. You can see like the little adhesive lines. And so when I was taking it off, this is what happened. Because instead of me being smart and like heating the glue and just getting like a heat gun, I use like friction. And I actually use this pry bar right here. I used that pry bar and it didn't go so well. So like I gouged a bunch of the wall. And so now this is me. You see I got some joint compound right here. And I bought some quick set. But I was like, I don't necessarily need this to set quick. And so I'm going to get the pre-mix joint compound so I don't have to open up a set of joint compound and potentially have kids get in it or whatever. So there's all these little things that I have to do, to work around my kids. But the dilemma is like, so this wall plug is going to have to move. Because if you look at it now, there's a window right there. And there's the sink fixture. There's another sink fixture. So where are you going to put this mirror? Normally you put a mirror like right in front of here. Now I'm not that tall. I'm like 5'8". And so for me, a mirror could go like underneath this window, but that's weird, right? And so, yeah, that was like one of the mistakes that you do when you don't plan. And this is why they say, if you fail to plan, plan to fail. But necessity is also the mother of invention. And so right now, we need to get this bathroom finished so I can have this thing ready to either sell or go up on the rental market. Like you could just be like, look, like somebody will buy it right now, just like as is. And you just tell them, hey, look, the home just appraised for 297 whatever. And so it's the plot of land that it's on is worth a lot. But we could subtract probably 10 or 15 for this bathroom remodel. And then like if I'm just motivated to sell, then I take a little loss and just tell them, hey, you got closing costs. Like if I take this much off, you're going to pay closing costs. Or we can put this on and I pay closing costs. So that's how I like to negotiate. I like to do like favor for a favor. And um, so yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now today, just kind of relaxing. It's probably gonna storm in a few, but just relaxing and doing this remodel. So go ahead and join me. Join me for this. That's like a 10-minute intro. We're gonna work on getting that intro down. Um, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Bam. And I got my little. So you'll notice right here, like I probably wouldn't have to do it like this if I didn't gouge everything out. Um, but the plan is, all right, you're gonna have to put some backer rod right here. Um, zip. First you gotta do what you gotta do. Put your this is what I use. I use Kiehl's original interior primer, and I looked on ChatGPT. ChatGPT said, all right, you got some exposed drywall core, and this paper, like paint doesn't adhere to that, and like if you was to paint right on top of this, it's gonna look weird. So gotta put this primer on top, and then that will make the paper underneath not absorb your it'll make it not absorb the paint. Yes. So it won't look on the phone. So that's where we at right now. Just covering up all of this paper spots. Then after we cover up the paper spots, this stuff has to sit and it has to dry. You don't want to come in right away and try to start working on top of it or around it. And so it has to dry for a little bit, and then you can come back. I also have this joint compound. Like I said, I have quick-set joint compound that sets in 20 minutes. Now, I've never used joint compound, but I have used dental materials, like alginate, which is what you use to do like your dental impressions. And that stuff has a short working time before you have to get it in the form and get it in that tray. And so I am accustomed to, working the material, getting the material to its desired state, and then placing it. But again, I haven't done dentistry in like 20 years. So we're going to see how this works. And the only reason why I bought 20 minutes, because they make it in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and 45 minutes. That's the only reason why I bought 20 minutes, the shortest working time. And since I can't hear you, I'll just go ahead and answer my own question. I bought it because that was all they had in the store at the time. And I'm usually the last dude to buy something that I don't want. Because I already figured, like, bro, you don't really know what you're doing. And so you don't want to just jump in there with pro level setting. Because you don't want to be like working with the material and wasting material. And so what I ended up doing, I had some old joint compound lying around. Because this wall has been like this for a long time, actually. I took the mirror off I feel like it was last summer. And so my wife, she was upset. But she knows I got ADD. And she knows I start projects and don't finish them. And so this was just one of those things where I had to give her money to make her happy and let her go shopping and just let her set the bathroom up as much as she could. And it kind of appeased her. She wasn't happy about it, but she was appeased. And the saying is happy wife, happy life. And they ain't never lied. Whoever made that saying up, they ain't never lied. So I had to make her happy, give her some money, call myself an idiot, and she agreed with me that yes, you were an idiot, and I should have consulted her. And if I would have consulted her, maybe we wouldn't have got into this mess. And she's right on all of those things. Legitimately, she was right. But yeah, man, this is so relaxing. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, if you ever get the opportunity to do something like this, like, even if you're renting in a home, talk to your. A lot of times, if you talk to your person that owns the home, they want you to beautify that home because they want you to make it yours. And a lot of times, people come in and they have these ideas, and because well, it's not mine, I can't do it. Just ask. The worst thing that your property owner could say is nah. But I'm like, long as you return to the original state. Now, if you're gonna do some irreversible stuff that will cost a lot of money, well, obviously you need to say that. Um, but again, me being in the military, I'm probably never gonna come back to Alabama. I would love to, but I'm probably not. This is probably a one-way trip. But I view this as an asset for the children, you know. Um, and there's a bunch of stuff online, like parents, they have this thing in their mind that they're gonna leave the home in the kid's name. Um, but there's this whole thing of like tax, like when you transfer that thing, it's a big tax hit that you got to take. And so I got to look up about building a trust and being able to hand it over to the trust and try to get like some tax breaks. This is how the rich people do it, you know what I mean? This is how Donnie, President Trump, how he got a lot of his stuff because if he would have just put it in all his name, it'd have been a huge tax burden. So I got to get smart on that because I told my kids, I got 6 kids. I told all of them, I was like, hey, I want to get all of y'all a house. That's going to be my present to y'all. What you do with that house is up to you. You can sell it, you can keep it, you can let the money keep flowing. But this is house number 2. And so part of me is like, well, I told them that I was going to get them a house. So I already went through the 0 down payment. This is one of the benefits of being in the military. Like, I had to bring 0% of the down payment. Like, there's no better, there's no better loan out here than that VA home loan. They have stuff like, for first time buyers and stuff, but like for a person that's already owns a home, that already has a home, there's nothing better than that VA home loan. And you can get that with just minimal service. You could do 1 tour and then you qualify for that. And that's why a lot of black people was getting in the military because it was a way to get out the home ownership. And that's been something that black people have been doing for generations. And so that's basically all of the patches that needed to be done. I got some other patches over here on the side, so not quite. But then what I would say is, like, if you're gonna do a bathroom remodel, plan it out. Get pictures of what you want to do. Look at magazines. See what's interesting. See what you like. Also, know what's popular in your region. Like, if you are planning to be in the home for a while, what's up, baby? Huh?
Did you die?
What are you thanking me for? What I do? Can you bring me the shop back? Go get the shop back. Thanks, buddy. So I forgot where I was. I think I was saying something about planning. Before you jump, oh yeah, if you're not gonna move, it doesn't matter. You don't have to go with the trends. But if there's an opportunity or a chance that you could be moving, you don't want to make your house too eccentric or eccentric, however you want to pronounce it. I think it's probably eccentric. But you don't want to make it too eccentric because that's going to be a tougher time selling because basically people penalize you when you get too creative. And when you put that home on the market for $340 and Zillow say that's worth $330, yeah, but you got this weird looking deal. Thanks, buddy. My big helper. Thank you so much. What you need?
Kitten.
Your tooth. What's wrong?
Kitten.
Oh, kiss your cheek. Oh, you want some love?
Did you die?
No, thank you, buddy. You helped me.
Did
Thank you.
Die?
Thank you, buddy.
Did you die? Kitten.
All righty. No problem. That man work for kisses. He said we'll work for kisses. I like that.
Did you
Yeah. Daddy's priming the wall. This is not paint. You want to paint it with me?
Paint.
Okay. Not right now because I didn't set everything up yet. Do you need to use the bathroom? Is that why you here?
You bought them.
Oh shoot. That's why you here. Can you use that bathroom in there?
You done.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah. Ask me how I know he needed to use the bathroom. Ask. He was letting loose some farts. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, that's why you in here. You want to use the bathroom. Gotcha. And I'm blocking, I'm holding up traffic. He trying to tell me get out the way. So yeah, I use ChatGPT to figure out a lot of stuff because I don't have these skills. You can look online for them, but everybody's got their own way of doing it, right? And so, like, people that call on they get on your live and they be like, "Oh, why you do it like that? You could have just did this." Well, you know what? That's true. That's true. I could have did it like that. And why didn't I do it like that? Probably because I didn't know. Sometimes I didn't feel like it. But for me, most of the time, it's I didn't know. I didn't know what I didn't know. The crazy thing is, my dad and my father, stepdad, I don't call him stepdad, he's my dad. But both of them, my natural father, my natural born father, whatever you want to call him, he does contracting, and my pops does contracting. Or not contracting, he does like remodeling. And so I could have asked either one of them. Not quite sure why I didn't do that. Not quite sure. Not gonna lie. But I didn't do that. And so here I am, learning through trial and error. I probably should have my sons in here, helping them or letting them see what this process looks like. But of course, they on Snapchat, Instagram, the phone, the internet, the interwebs. They doing their thing, and so they don't have a huge interest in this. If you watched any of my old videos, you'll see like I had both of them out there at different times working on the car, but they hate it. They don't like it. They're like, oh, I need to know how to do this when I'm older, so I don't have to pay. And they know like the logic behind it, but when you ask them to give up their time and do something that they didn't want to do necessarily, yeah, they're not about that. Not about that at all. But basically, I'm just painting around the borders here that have like the ripped drywall core and stuff, exposed core. Just painting around it or painting it. One thing I would recommend if you're going to do this is make sure you have clean edges. Because it's been like this for so long, I just have not, I didn't go back and clean up the edges because I'm like, man, just do it. You ain't never gonna do it, just do it. But you want to clean up the edges because what's gonna happen when I start painting is I'm gonna paint on stuff and it could potentially like have a flap and there could be parts that don't get painted and it's just gonna look ugly. And then you gotta go back, cut that part off, do what you should have did from the beginning afterwards, and then you gotta go back in there, smooth everything down, sand it and prime it again, basically start over. So do it right the first time and it helps you not have to do it another time. But it's alright, we learn. Live and learn. You see this, I don't know if you can see what I'm painting right now. But like this right here, there's a flap on it. And so you pull it, and it just grows and grows and grows. See that? New exposed. You should not get this stuff in your hands, by the way. All of this stuff causes cancer, as we already know. It's oil based, so hitting it with water don't really do nothing. You gotta put some soap on it. And of course, I don't have soap in here. But I do got paper towel. You can go fast, you can go slow. You can do one layer, you can do two. What I'm gonna do is I'm coming in with this Kiehl's Original first, and then once I get that joint compound down, once I get this primer down, then I'm gonna build it up with joint compound. And then I'm gonna go over it with the joint compound, like the parts, the paper, parts where the paper are at. I'm gonna go over it with that joint compound, sand it down. After we sand it down, then it's ready to be painted on. You gotta, like after you put this Kiehl's Original on, it says sand with like 150, 120 grit. But then after you do the joint compound, you want to do it with like a wet sander and 150 grit, and you want to just go ahead and smooth that out and make it feather the edges basically, so it's not like a noticeable gap between, you know, where you working and the undamaged wall. But that's basically what I read. So always want to have a utility knife whenever you see these overhangs and stuff. Just go grab it. Go grab it. And this is a bunch of rough spots over here. Again, utility knife, cut it off. Clean it up as much as possible, flatten it out. And then go in there and put your primer on. But before I do that, I forgot why I asked him to bring the shop back. So basically right now I got a whole bunch of dust in this corner from when I cut this little uneven patch out. So I didn't clean it up from the last time, so I'm gonna just clean that up now. But what I would say with this is, when you cutting out a patch of drywall due to like a massive piece of damage, it's easier to have it just a straight up rectangle, you know? It's easier to have just like a straight up rectangle, because now what I'm gonna have to do is I gotta cut this weird shaped rectangle piece of drywall after I put my backer rod in there, and then put the drywall on top of it. Then I'm gonna put like drywall tape in between the junctions and just joint compound it out, and then sand it down and smooth it, and it's gonna look like fresh wall that's never been touched. But it's easier if you have like, it's like a puzzle, you know? If you have a puzzle piece that fits exactly in there, It's easy
Dad.
to do it that way. What you got with me?
We need to shop clothes now, Daddy.
What?
We need to shop clothes now. Grandpa's spent on enough clothes by tomorrow. He's gonna be mad at me.
Okay.
No, that means I'm gonna get punished.
You're not gonna get punished, right?
He's gonna take my phone on the couch. Yes, you don't know who Grandpa is. If you were his parents, he behaves like that. But he doesn't kid though. Grandpa doesn't play.
Okay. Well,
He
why don't
said-
you ask Grandpa to take you to the store?
I'm gonna stop playing by tomorrow. I'm not using my phone for the entire car.
Yeah, it's ill in that bathroom. It stinks, bro.
Ew! Wait a minute.
We in the bathroom.
That's the vacuum.
That's the bathroom. The vacuum
Smell it.
like that. Yeah. Turn it back on. Golly, you got it. That vacuum smells so bad, it made me just want to just trash
Yeah.
it. What's up with it?
Mommy needs you
To-
get some
To do what?
and to come back.
Okay. Can you tell mommy I'm in the middle of something? Daughter. Nope. Alright. Best thing to do if you got a lot going on in life, get you an outlet. I got a lot going on right now. Stress of a pending move. Highly stressful. Huh? I can't eat, baby. And so, you have people that have like unrealistic expectations of you. You gotta be all things to all people.
Daddy, we need to buy clothes now, Daddy.
You know. Okay, buddy.
How many views do you have?
Not right now.
Why are you talking?
I had a handful because I'm vlogging, baby.
Yeah, but no one's watching. I don't talk.
Do you? That's what you do. You see the difference?
Oh.
That's what you do. Right.
Well, people, as soon as someone joins, I just start talking.
Okay. That's good.
If people want my reservation at 10, I keep talking and talking.
That's good, buddy.
There's nothing wrong with spinning the block. This is the guy who likes it.
Just retouching some of those spots that I previously did that look a little thin. And then this is supposed to sit for like an hour. I think. Maybe not. But it sits for just, you let it dry. And then you can come, actually, yeah, 1 hour. It says 1 hour. It says it right on the package, 1 hour. Let it sit for an hour. Let it do what it do. Don't forget to take your brush, put it in some paint thinner, mineral spirits, something like that, just to get all of this stuff out, because you can use this again. You don't have to just throw a brush away after one single use. You can keep it. Just clean it. And I'm all about return of investment. You know, not just wasting money. So that's what we gonna do. Paint that patch, that spot right there. Get that nice and covered. You want it nice and covered. You can see, like, I thought I had a lot of the parts all the way flat, but when you put that primer on there, it lifts away stuff, and then it shows you, nope, wasn't all the way flat. And so then, of course, I could try to cut it now, or I could wait until it dries. I'm gonna just wait until it dries at this point, because I pretty much have covered all of the exposed core on here. That's a piece right there. Technically, a light fixture's gonna go there, but let's do it right. We got the stuff right here. Might as well do it right. Might as well finish. Again, hit it with this Kiehl's Original, this primer. Sand it, 150 grit. Come back, paint it after, and then after you paint it, actually, no, sorry, sand it, Kiehl's Original, and I got another primer. I have another primer on here. This primer is to cover up the paper core, but there's another primer that I have in the other room. I can't remember what it's for, but I'm gonna hit it with that as well. After I smooth it out, I'm gonna just hit it, and then then we're gonna be ready to paint. They said you could paint now, and so it really just depends. I'm just gonna put a different primer on top of it, and that primer is like, that's the primer that you use on fresh drywall. So after this portion, it's gonna be like fresh drywall, and then we can get to getting. All right, at this point, I'm just having fun. So I'm going to wrap this up. Done here. I did run out of mineral spirits, so I do need to hurry up and go get some mineral spirits. Fill up a jar and let it cook. You want to be sure to have proper disposal of your materials that you use. You're not supposed to just dump the water from the mineral spirits down the drain like everybody does. You're not supposed to just dump it down on the ground, because all of that stuff ends up getting back into your water. You're supposed to take it to a waste treatment facility, a hazardous waste facility. They do whatever it is they do. Hopefully they don't just dump it in the ground. The cynic in me suspects that that's probably what they do. But anyway, that's it for now. It's a quick little video, just touching that up. You see this little indentation right here? That needs to be addressed. I don't know why I wasn't paying attention to that. Uh-oh. That felt hollow. Yep. So again, what we should have did was taken a straight edge, drew a line maybe to the boundaries between soft and hard. See that? See, there's a hole in there. This is just like dentistry. It doesn't look that bad, but then when you open it up, it'd be a big bombed out cavity. You see that? Didn't look that bad. It's just like a little vertical line. How bad can it be? And then we saw how bad it actually was. So yeah, that's a whole hole. See what I did there? Whole hole. Right there that I didn't see.
Daddy, I'm not in the bathroom, Dad, but I need you to go
Stream's over.
shopping.